Hey Ken, this is Tim Ward with Guard Digital Marketing. So I got this video coming to you as promised here. I'm going to start here. I got the website pulled up, which we'll kind of take a look at here in just a second. I like to start these videos out on a Google search engine page here. And what I typed in is roofing companies, Oklahoma City. So this is what we would consider to be in this industry a buyer intent keyword, meaning it's got a lot of intent behind it from possibly one of your future clients or customers. So they're looking for a roofing company in Oklahoma City. We want to be able to get in front of their eyes and capture their intent behind this keyword. Now, there's going to be a lot of different ways that people are going to type this in. We just want to be able to get on the first page for as many of these keywords as possible to increase the amount of leads we can generate for ourselves. Main reason, about 75 to 80% of people are going to stick on this first page when choosing a company. Now, you can do that a couple different ways. We're seeing a few companies run these pay-per-click ads. Definitely a great option if you're looking to get leads right here, right now. But, and especially if you're kind of not ranking organically or haven't really started that journey yet, then definitely a great option for you. Now, ranking organically is what I really want to talk about more to you. And it's going to be the best long-term option for you for generating leads, over and over and over for yourself. So, we can see right off the bat, there's on this first page website wise, there's a lot of directories you got to kind of beat out, which can be the case when we're talking about roofing and a lot of service based industries. But really, it's not hard for Google to tell, if you're a good candidate website wise and option wise, then Google has no problem ranking you above these different directories. But we can tell in this area, Oklahoma City, we got three companies on the first page. So you're going to have Elliott, J&M, and then Yates. So I did pull up Yates since it looks like they're going to be your top competitor, website wise, and they're also within the map pack as well. Elliott's up here too. Now, for your business profile, just for instance, and just going to use Elliott as an example, a few things right off the bat you can always do for yourself to help increase your ratings here. If you're not on the first page, get on the first page. If you're on the first page, get closer to that top three so nobody has to hit more buttons to find you. One is bringing in more photos to your business profile every single week. And I would make sure they're absolutely geotagged, which basically just means the information and coordinates of where that photo was taken is embedded within that photo. Also, the description about the company, make sure you fill out your description 100%. There's 750 characters that you can fill out within there. And of course, with your reviews, make sure you're getting as many great reviews as you can, and then make sure you're responding to all those reviews as well. Okay. If you do those three things, you're typically going to be above a lot of the other companies within the area. Of course, there's a lot of other things that you can dive into that can help your ratings out as well. Just to keep the video as short and sweet as possible, those three things are instantly going to help you rank. Okay. Now, back over to your website. Right off the bat, you guys have a pretty clean looking website. There's nothing wrong with the way it looks, and really, that's not a huge thing in this day and age. Anyways, of course, you want it to be presentable, but really, any more than that, I mean, what we're looking at our website to do is to generate you customers, right? Now, one thing I would instantly do right off the bat is put some call to action buttons within here, which is going to something similar to this, but basically get somebody to your contact page, right? Get them to a page that's going to funnel them to reach out to you, which is what you want. When it comes down to traffic and converting them into a customer for you or a lead at that point. Now, you have one within here as well. And one thing I want to tell you right off the bat, too, is that content is going to be king when it comes to ranking your website. Okay, so content is what's going to be able to break through to Google, tell them what you want to rank for, so on and so forth. So typically on a home page, which is what we're looking at now on your website, you're going to want a bare minimum of 500 words of content, and we can tell we're way underneath that. So you definitely need some content optimization within here. And what that allows you to do is embed keywords within that content. And a good rule of thumb is about every 150 words of content, you should be able to place a keyword within there without overstuffing and making it seem very unorganic and kind of throwing a red flag for your website when it comes to Google's sake. So even if we take a look at Yates, okay, we can tell right off the bat they got some content within here. It's not a ton either. They might be 150, 200 words of content. So they're still underneath what Google typically likes to see as well. So that's one way instantly right off the bat you can beat your competition. And I've noticed that with the other websites that are on the first page too, nobody's really got, a good amount of content. And Google is just kind of really having to come through, and you're really making Google work a lot harder than they need to. You're not taking the guesswork out of it. right? So we want to be able to tell Google exactly what we're trying to rank for per page, okay? And that's a big thing too. You don't want to try and rank for too many things per page of your website. Um, Again, trying to rank for multiple things, Google really wants to see one main keyword per page with some what I would consider supporting keywords, which are going to push the narrative of that main keyword again. Now, I'm going to use this paid program. This is going to allow me to look at a comparison between some of these numbers for both your website in this instance and then Yates. So these first two numbers right off the bat are strength and trust ratings for Google, or that Google has for your website, and they're ranked out of 100. But once you hit a benchmark realistically of about 30 and above for each of these ratings, you're going to be considered a pretty powerful website at that point. Now, you build that strength and trust through backlinks that are held within these different referring domains. And a backlink, simply put, is any clickable text or image linking one website to another. And all it acts as is a thumbs up vote for your website. Now, the key thing here is to get backlinks from authoritative domains, meaning they already have high strength and trust ratings. So once you do acquire that backlink from them, it's going to help your ratings out in return. So you actually are indexing for just over 100 keywords, but it's bringing you around 60 traffic, 60, 70 on average. And if we actually click on these keywords, we can see a majority of your traffic is coming from Big Sky Roofing. So the company name, right? And that gets 150 searches per month. I don't know if there's any other Big Sky Roofing companies out there. But this is going to probably generate you some leads since there's not that much volume here. So it's making me think it's more geared towards you guys as a company. Now, the ones that I'm really interested in, like we were talking about, the ones that have a lot of intent behind them, right? And especially if somebody already knows who you are, you probably already have them in your back pocket. So we're not generating any more leads besides of people who don't know who we are, right? So, roofing Oklahoma City, right? This is, or roofing company is the one that I typed in. 300 searches per month, but you're on that second page, so you're not getting any traffic. And you're only getting 3 traffic from these different buyer intent keywords. So you definitely want to be able to capitalize on these a lot more. And the main reason is if you can get in traffic, normally about 30% of that traffic when it comes from a buyer intent keyword as such should be able to generate into a lead for you. For so number wise, every 10 traffic or every 10 amount of traffic that you get in, 3 of those should turn into a lead as long as your website's set up correctly with those conversion pages, like your contact page, the buttons to get them there, so on and so forth. So now if we go over and take a look at Yates, we can see their strength and trust ratings. Not super high. The UR is a little bit higher, but they do have 500 keywords they're indexing for, but it's bringing in 500 or 400 traffic. Sorry. Now, if we take a look at their keywords as well, roofing Oklahoma City. So their second position, they're right at the top of that page, and they're getting 70 traffic from that. So they're getting even closer to, what would that be? About 40% of that volume as traffic, which is incredible. So the higher you go up in that page too, the more conversion from volume or search volume to traffic you're going to get as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we throw that 30% on that. They're probably getting 15, 20 leads, maybe even a little bit more per month, just from this one keyword for roofing in Oklahoma City. And you see he's got some other ones in here he's getting traffic from. So if this guy's getting, or if this company's getting 20 to 30 leads per month, you can see, exactly how lucrative that can be, especially for a roofing company. So, and being these high ticket items for roof replacement. So if you have any further questions or concerns, this is what you want to be able to do. This can even be done at a higher level than this. But like I said, uh, again, if you have any further questions or concerns, just feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to elaborate on any of this that I can. Again, I'm trying to make this video as short and sweet as possible, just get the point across, and throw in some tidbits of tips and tricks in there as well. So hope to hear from you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks, Ken.